Hello, I'm Jamie I'm from Hertfordshire Libraries. So thank you very much for having me today here. It's lovely to meet you all. Basically, as I said, this ties nicely into Safer Internet Day, but also is a nice opportunity to kind of share what we can do in libraries. So what we offer and kind of the support we can offer as well. So basically I've got like about 3 sections. So I've got about kind of joining the library if you're not members already, or elements that you may not know about. I want to talk about the digital skills help we can offer as well. Then kind of finish with some kind of internet safety tips. Some of them you'll find quite basic for some of you, but also some kind of good websites to recommend. But it's not just obviously yourselves. You may feel kind of confident in yourself, but obviously if you kind of share with others that might be a bit more kind of nervous online or doesn't know quite what to do, you're able to kind of point them towards some good resources. But yes, so I think first begin with basically joining the library service. I'm obviously very biased, but we are an absolutely fantastic resource. So we are free to join. It's basically as long as you work or live in Hertfordshire, you can join. We have about 48 sites across the county. And yeah, we've got, so there's obviously the things that you can do normally that you'd expect from a library service. So obviously you can borrow books, like physical books. We also do kind of talking books on CD as well. We do, there is kind of musical CDs at the moment and DVDs that you can borrow. But there's, we offer a range of kind of activities there. So we do, if you've got families, there's baby rhyme times and toddler tales. They're free to attend. You can give a donation there, but they're free to attend as well. We've got, lots and lots of activities going on. It's been obviously due to COVID, a lot of activities have kind of been put on ice, but they are gradually coming back. So you'll find your library will offer different bits they offer. But yeah, we are coming back and we've got some great activities. What I want to kind of speak about, because I'm very digital, is obviously the digital services we've got. So ways to help you kind of get online and using devices. So all of our libraries have NetLoan, our NetLoan computers, or our People's Network. So they're computers that you can use. You can use them for free. If you're a library member, you can use them for an hour a day. If you want to use any extra time, it works out to be about 4p a minute. You can obviously print from those computers as well. You can scan from those computers. The computers themselves, they've got like the Microsoft Office suite, and also they can be adjusted if you've got any kind of visual impairments. Also, they can be adjusted, the computers, to kind of make it easier for you to use them. So there are computers. Our big libraries, so our bigger libraries, some of them will have these devices called hublets. These are little tablet devices that you can use in the library as well. So if you prefer to use a tablet, you can be using, you can borrow a hublet from the library. It only works within the library, but it works similar to our other computers. We've got obviously study space for you guys to use, so you can use your own devices in the libraries. And we've got our Wi-Fi runs and it's free to use, very easy to join. Yeah, you can just sign onto the Wi-Fi and use it all day. Something we've got, depending on where you guys live, we have at the moment it's in 4 sites, but it's expanding. But we have some special areas called creator spaces, and so this is at the moment is in Watford, Hemel Hempstead, St Albans, and Hatfield. And these are special spaces that they've, for example, got sewing machines, embroidery machines, 3D printers, Macs for designing, lots of basically machines that you can be digital and creative at the same time. St Albans, for example, has like a green screen that you can use, but this kit is it can be kind of booked to use, but we also run events using this kit. So really fun kind of activity, an activity for you to do that's kind of digital. When it comes to kind of say using the library at home, we've got a great offer in terms of our kind of electronic books and talking books, as well as kind of magazines and newspapers. So we have an app called BorrowBox. This is free to use. You can use it on your web browser. You can use it on via the app. And what's really good about it is there's no overdue charges on it. So if you're someone that's kind of worried about not returning a book, you don't have to worry whether that's the kind of losing a book or the charges at all. You don't need to worry about that because you borrow it. The moment its loan comes to an end, it just disappears off your device and you don't have to worry. So I know that, so we got ebooks that obviously you read on a tablet, but we've also got talking books as well that obviously you listen to. So I know that reading on devices isn't for everyone, but I have to say I absolutely love BorrowBox and the talking books. So you can borrow and reserve 7 books, 7 ebooks and 7 audiobooks each on BorrowBox, and I'm always maxed out with my talking books. Always, it's a fantastic service. There's thousands of books there, and yeah, very much would recommend you having a look at that. So another area we've got is we have newspapers. We have newspapers and magazines. So these, we have an app called Libby. So this is where you can get your magazines from. It's, again, if you've got any subscriptions to magazines, then obviously you can kind of save yourself money. We have magazines, by the way, in our libraries too. So you can borrow the copies of the magazines, but there's a massive range of magazines there. And you can change they can make them accessible as well. So you can make the text larger. You can do read aloud function of it as well. But yeah, free to use. You download a magazine and it's on your device. And then until you want to get rid of it, it just sits on your device. There is no kind of return date on it. So you've got plenty of time to be looking at it. We got a great app called Press Reader. This is a way you can access newspapers. Hundreds of newspapers available there, lot from across the world, in many, like dozens of different languages. So that is a nice one that if you've lived in another country, or if English is your second language, then you're able to read these newspapers to see what's happening, as well as kind of you can be reading things in your kind of your first language. But yeah, that's our Press Reader app. So we've got another area that's worth, if you so you can find this all on our hertfordshire.gov.uk site within the libraries area. The one that if you type in reading well books on prescription, you will come to this page. So this is a really good page in terms of to do with your health. So these books have been recommended by health professionals. They've got different set lists that you can kind of use, but also it will take you to, if you want to find these items quickly, this page here, you can access the online catalogue, and these are books that you're able to basically find very, very quickly. And so here's a list of 248. So you can find your particular books very, very quickly. So that's our books on prescription. So we also have our reference library online. So you'll find that some of these resources you can access from home, some of them you access from within a library using our computers, but we have so much resources depending on what you're wanting to do. If you're wanting to do kind of research, whether it's kind of academic or just research for yourself, or if you're helping a family member, maybe doing kind of homework or so, we have some resources such as Access to Research is fairly academic, so kind of university level. That's a so you get access to a lot of journals there that if you were to try to do that on your own, it costs hundreds and hundreds of pounds. We've got Britannica Online there, so we've got that at different levels. So junior, age 6 to 10, student 10 to 15, and adults 15 plus. There's Credo references, lots of encyclopedias, up-to-date encyclopedias. Oxford Reference Online, again, lots of encyclopedias. If you know someone who is taking their driving test and is doing their theory test, we have our Theory Test Pro, so you can practice the questions, you can do the hazard perception videos there. These are all the ones I've listed there, with the exception of Access to Research, there can be accessed at home just using your library card. So we've got Which in the library. So if you're kind of looking at your consumer rights, if you're looking to buy something and you want to know how good it is, obviously you can use our which you can access within our libraries. Another really good thing you can access within the libraries is if you're doing family history, we've got Ancestry and we've got Find My Past, so you can do both. So you're obviously able to do family research, look at births, marriages, deaths easily, look at kind of the census records. But yes, that's something that very much really good fun. You can you can do very well at kind of getting further. If you're a fan of classical music or world music or jazz or classic rock, we actually have something called Naxos Music Library. So you can potentially save yourself money off something like from Spotify. It's something that you can access at home using your library card. But yeah, it's got classical music, jazz, world music. Yeah, so you can use that. Lots of newspapers. And then if you're wanting to do learning, we have various kind of portals here. So Learn My Way is one of the ones I'll speak about, but that's got lots of very short courses, short modules that you can take. Universal Class, this is, lots of, so over 500 high quality online courses. So yeah, art, photography, homes and gardens, writing skills. So I've heard, one of you present said that you're a writer, so you might be interested in the courses here. You'll see the career training, finance, history, parenting, family, psychology, lots of courses you can take all for free, and it will tell you how long they should take as well. Just all with your Hertfordshire library card. And there's something called Future Learn, which is another learning portal, which that has courses that are run by top universities. And so that's free to access. These courses will become available, and then you can kind of start doing them kind of weekly. So that's our reference library online, and so those are all things that you can access here with your library card. So obviously we may have so those of you who have been able to kind of reach through Zoom, but you may feel some of you may feel more confident than others, but we can obviously, using the internet, using devices, we have various kind of support we can offer. So there's a website which I'll share in email, but if you go to hertfordshire.gov.uk/digital skills, we've got this lovely page that curates really good resources that can get you going, and they're trusted resources, they're reliable, they're free to use. And basically take a look at them and you'll be able to kind of see what kind of suits you here. And also you've got links here to various, there's a wonderful website called Digital Unite that offers various guides to digital processes and doing certain things. For example, there's one that would be one for joining a Zoom conversation, for example, or using Microsoft Word, or using FaceTime. Those kind of there will be guides there to do these various things. So we're able to, on this website, list according to themes, some really nice little handouts that you can refer to, and you can feel more confident doing a particular process. But yeah, so we've got information for beginners, keeping in touch, social media, health and well-being. So yeah, so see NHS information there, health online with Learn My Way. There's various online shopping and banking, buying a device, help with digital skills to find employment as well. All listed here within this kind of web page, and easy for you to access. So yeah, we have this page. What else do our libraries have? We have our IT taster sessions. This is something that is coming back in libraries. It's not offered in all of our libraries yet, but you can ask at your library if they are running it, and then we can potentially see there might be a nearby library running it at the time. But over time, more and more libraries will come back with this offer. These are they're really good modules. They are for basic computing and basic tablet use. So for those that have never really used those things before, but they are 1 hour sessions with one of our library staff taster tutors. They basically it's friendly, it's structured but informal, it's supportive, and it will take you through the basics of using a device. And yep, they're very good sessions, and they are £7 full price, or £5 if you're on concessions, which is if you're disabled status, or if you are on low income on benefits. So we do these sessions within libraries, and we've got ones for getting started with a computer, getting started with a tablet, whether that's like an Apple device or an Android device. We've got using the internet, and we've got moving on with a tablet, which is a little more advanced than the getting started one. It's like a nice little kind of next step up. In our libraries, we have IT champions. So these are our volunteers. They come in weekly, and they do tend to do kind of like 1 hour, 2 hour time slots, and they are fantastic. They will basically support you using the computer. So if you're trying to do something online, if you're wanting to do, if you're wanting to print, or if you're wanting to kind of do a particular process, and you're wanting a bit of support whilst there, then just someone to kind of they won't be able to give you too much technical information in terms of what to fill in forms or diagnose hardware issues or anything like that. But they're there to kind of support you and kind of can direct you to the right places. But yeah, they're very useful if you're a bit nervous online, or not quite sure what you're doing. But you can come in and use the computers at that time, and they're there for support. That's our IT champion volunteers. And we also have a service called Make It Click. So these sessions are phone calls that you can arrange, and we've got some staff members that can speak to you and show you something called the Make It Click directory. And this is a resource that I'll show you in a second, but basically can really help you to job seek, improve your career. If you're trying to set up a business, or you're running a business, it basically can help you with your digital skills to kind of become more successful. And it basically it's trusted resources that they're free to use, but they're very but they can really kind of help you get going. They are so it's websites, it's courses, it's useful apps you might want to use, but it's a great resource. So it's about kind of documents, so that we've been using Microsoft Word, Google, using an email, building a business resources, doing social media, so using social media for your business or using social media for potentially for getting a job. Spreadsheets there. Where's so do careers here, for example. So help on how to find a kind of job, how to create CVs, kind of there's a lot of the courses they have have video suites. So if you learn best through kind of video, there's kind of video suites you can read and watch, sorry. Presenting yourself online, but there's lots of very good resources within Make It Click. But you can with the library service, you can arrange a phone call and they can help you through kind of using it and get you kind of feeling more get you confident and kind of get you started, really. They can kind of help direct you to the really good resources. So that's what we've kind of been offering at the moment, kind of within our libraries. I'll finish with just kind of sharing some good internet safety tips, as well as some good resources that you can visit. So in terms of some of these ones so these are very, very basic, but they really do make a difference. So when you're looking online, when you're online and you're buying something, you always want to kind of look for the kind of a padlock symbol in your web browser. And so here we have, you can kind of see me, should be able to see me hovering over it, but you're able to see the view site information, and it will tell you if it's secure or not, and kind of the various permissions, etc. there. So this is something to look out for. Certainly if you've gone to an area of a website that includes, you're giving money, you're filling in your any contact details, filling in any kind of credit card details, etc. You'll want to kind of make sure it's got the padlock symbol. Another bit here is where you'll want to look for is the HTTPS at the beginning of your web address. So that again will indicate or help you determine whether you're kind of on a more safer side of a website, the part of the website that's kind of is more protected against bad activity. Another tip we have, which again, it seems very kind of simple, but really will make a difference, is do make sure, but fortunately most devices do insist on it, but some of the older devices are less so, but do make sure that your device, if you've got a tablet or a computer, locks, and you need to put the kind of your passcode in again, or facial or fingerprint recognition. Do make sure that your device will lock, because obviously if you do happen to have your device stolen, if they cannot get into the device, that means obviously your details or anything that you've got stored on that device, they're unable to reach. They're not able to kind of do any payments with it if they can't get through to it. So make sure you have your device locks and you've got kind of passwords on your areas. And another area we say is kind of update your software. So apps that we've all kind of seen in our notification bits of our phones and our devices, it'll say an update is available, etc. Do update your device and update the apps. It is important in terms of a lot of the updates include security updates there. So do make sure you keep your device up to date. So there's just some quick tips. There's a fantastic website called internetmatters.org. So this is really good for parents and children staying safe online. It's got advice by age there, got various online issues, so cyberbullying, if you've got concerned about screen time, pornography, radicalization. If there's an issue, and they've got some really good guides there. So just some support there if that's something that you will meet. So Internet Matters is very good. In terms of if you've got any kind of specific IT issues that crop up, so you're using your device, using a computer, got some specific IT issues, a good kind of workplace you can go is, I've mentioned already, Digital Unite. These have these guides that you can kind of access and you can look at. And yeah, it just kind of tells you how to do a particular process. Another one that can help you with specific inquiries or specific actions is AbilityNet. So AbilityNet is a charity that's kind of combating and trying to make the internet and to be kind of equal for all. And so they have a phone line. It's free to ring this phone line, and it has volunteers on the line to help with IT inquiries. So if you are disabled of any age or you're elderly, you can ring a AbilityNet helpline, and they'll kind of help you with a particular process, and they'll kind of talk things through. If you're trying to get more trained up, you're trying to get more confident, and you're not quite sure where to start with this, Learn My Way is a great resource. So these have these short courses there, and we've got a great range of subjects. So kind of using a computer there, the very basics are there. Bits about online office programs. So if you're trying to get to your grips with Excel or PowerPoint, Word, if you're a little nervous online with shopping or using social media, using a digital cameras there as well. There's various of these modules. They're quite short, probably about half an hour to an hour to complete. They've got these exercise bits midway through the courses, and that you get to do as well, and a little quiz at the end of it. But for example, in the job hunting module, then it shows you kind of what to expect in particular kind of job on job websites. It has a practice area on it, so you can kind of do those elements. So if you're worried about breaking the normal system, which you won't, but you can have a bit of practice using kind of these modules, but they've got really good kind of practice areas within it. So yeah, health online as well, managing your money, and various kind of public services. So you'll see on Learn My Way that some of these modules you don't need to register for, you can just use. Some of them you need to register for. It's free to register. You don't actually even need an email address to do it. But yeah, you just set up an account with them. It's free to do, and you won't get kind of spammed or anything like that. But yeah, that's Learn My Way. GCF Global is our next site. This has videos and various kind of courses that you can take there. So let's have a look. So yeah, lots of areas: work and career, internet skills, Microsoft programs, basic computing. And so yeah, so we'll say cover letters. So lots of courses, and I'll go slow now, isn't it? Yeah, so something like a series of kind of videos you can watch on YouTube and take you through all these processes. So GCF Global is very good. In terms of kind of internet safety, if you're directly about internet safety, we have a website called Get Safe Online. So you're able to find advice about lots of issues. So you can see here, protecting your computer, protecting yourself, such as your data, kind of identity theft, using a smartphone, tablet, doing shopping, safeguarding children. So that includes obviously gaming there, and kind of communication and social media. Lots of areas, and you're able to kind of, you can search them. You can find some guides here and advice. If you're unfortunate enough to be the victim of a scam, do use Action Fraud. So this is the National Fraud and Cybercrime Reporting Centre. This is where you can report it, or you can kind of find out latest advice about bits. But yeah, just to stress in these times is like the scams can obviously happen to anyone. Don't suffer in silence. Don't kind of feel embarrassed about it. Do report it, and this is where Action Forward is where you can go and get advice. So I think I'm probably finished with my talk. So yeah, I've talked about obviously what our libraries offer. Obviously all the digital support that we can offer you as well, and just some nice tips there if about staying safe online and where you can visit.